Hey everyone, here we are again. It's the Ben and Gary Show. We know dentistry. This is, I believe, episode 24 at this point in
Wow.
time. I can't believe it. Time flies. As you get a
Does.
little older, time goes by a little more rapidly, which actually is kind of good because it kind of segues us right into our most recent question that came to us. It said, "Do our teeth move as we get older?" It's actually a really good question, and it's quite a few factors I think involved in all of that. And honestly, I guess our teeth do move. Our teeth move throughout our lives, right?
Yes, they are. They're dynamic and they don't ever sit still,
No,
especially
they
when
really.
you want them to.
Imagine if they weren't, then I guess we would not have any need for an orthodontist. So, quite frankly, teeth can move if we want to move them, more controlled. We talk about that through orthodontics, and then just in general through life, teeth will move in honestly just almost any direction. But typically, they'll either rise up or they'll move forward in your mouth. And most of the time, people notice this. I believe Gary, you see this all the time.
Right.
Teeth that are crowded in the lower in the front, and that means that the back teeth had to have moved and shifted forward, and that causes its own issues in itself. I guess I think of wear and tear on
Right.
them,
Yes.
and so how that can affect primarily, really, usually the lower fronts can get shorter, thinner, jagged across the edge, more susceptible to chipping, and then also too, I guess the upper teeth.
Right. And the bite has so much of an effect on it too. So you see some people that have overbites and the lower teeth don't actually contact the upper. So what do? They keep erupting further until sometimes they'll contact the upper gum tissue on the palatal side.
Yeah.
So
And that's often when we have people who come to us
Yeah.
and say, "Listen, it's something doesn't feel right here." Well,
Right.
well
Guess
for us,
what?
when we see that, it's like, well, gee, it's amazing that the human body is so adaptive that they can adapt to this situation. To finally, when it's just you can't adapt to it, it's like, my goodness, it's a couple of decades at least have gone by where this has gradually changed, and that the patients have adjusted to this to the point where finally they just can't adjust. And now the fix for that is often has to be more aggressive, and we have to do more. And as I think we've gone along in our careers and seen enough, what we realize is that we wish we could have gotten to that patient 20 years before then. And what we would have done, we probably would have done something that was a lot more conservative. We wouldn't have had to have done crowns or bridges or
Right.
bonding because teeth have chipped. What we would have done is set your teeth in the right position so that the system protects itself or works properly, so that your teeth are not going to be in a traumatic situation where they are under stress and wear and tear. And we've seen that as patients said simply that I don't like the way my smile looks. And these individuals who've had teeth that have shifted, it's because, well, now they've moved in out of alignment. The teeth are now getting far more greater force on them than they really are designed to ever have done. And then when you factor in loss of teeth,
Right.
over
Yeah.
time, that all of a sudden now what was there that was supporting the bite
Mm-hmm.
now are fewer teeth to be able to support that same
Right.
force, and those teeth that are now left, then even more force. So it's cyclical in terms of, and progressive actually, and to get to that point. And often patients won't realize that so much has occurred until something more catastrophic or something that they can actually visually see in the mirror themselves occurs. And that's a challenge.
So the fix for that, of course, is to do a little bit of orthodontics, or sometimes it's more orthodontics,
Yeah.
to get the teeth in proper alignment, and gives us a better opportunity of success, but also to get the aesthetic result that we want, and also to have the teeth in position to function properly. So
So I think
there
in
we go.
summary on that
Yeah.
one is that the answer to the question that was there, do teeth move as we get older? Absolutely they do. And depending on your situation and how adaptive you've been over the years, I think that you're gonna the solution is gonna manifest itself once you finally have some realization, or you're with dentists like us who have the wherewithal to maybe suggest that there could be a challenge, and that maybe paint the picture of like what it looks like if you don't do something. And we've done enough of those fixes of those individuals that really need it and should have had it done 20 years ago. Our shift in our philosophy and our conversations at our routine hygiene exams become I start to see these changes in your mouth here, and if I'm not trying to scare you or anything. However, it could lead to other issues down the line, such as chipped teeth, fractured teeth, and by the time you actually realize it, too much time has actually gone by to really kind of get back to do something just with orthodontics and nothing else alone. At this point in time, it usually means that we're going to do something far more than simply just ortho, or we'd have to do crowns, bridges, veneers, however it might fit into your world. So teeth do move. The idea is to maybe correct them and get them back into the right position before they become so damaged. So that's our take for today,
Yeah.
and hopefully that answers your question. Thanks for having that one. This is the Ben and Gary Show. We know dentistry. See you next time.
All right.